Well, the first thing that I see in this image is a festival or a special tradition, maybe celebrating India in the Asia continent. I see a lot of people who launch or throw some colors, like a mixed with water and colors. And I interpret that this celebrates the holy event that celebrates the beginning of spring or the summer. It can be together. I don't know why. But I see how these traditions come around the world. And I can connect this topic with the IB topics or the English class because the new topic is experiences, customs and traditions. That this topic tells us how people have different customs and traditions around the world, it different between the countries and some towns or local situations, and also how people interact around the world with kind of different customs and traditions. Also, I watch a movie that called The Arrange. This movie tells us the story of two people, one Jewish and one of the Asia continent, and how they interact together in a new continent, the America continent in United States, in New York, and how these immigrants share us some culture or interesting facts about their culture and also customs and traditions, and how the immigrants found better opportunities of job and life because some traditions and customs they need to change some to have better opportunities of work and can interact with other culture. I think it's like a culture shock to know about more than customs from the other times kinds of places, because the Jewish can change your mind or beliefs or also religious between in the new continent or in a new part of life. And I think it's like a culture shock to new culture between the other. And in the other hand, in the Anglophone culture, for example, we need to break the ice, I think, with the UK, because I watch a video how the customs and traditions are in UK, and I think what most important customs in UK or England country is the time of tea, because the British love the tea and make a special moment from the tea, because the tea is considered the most value and most important special drink in all United Kingdom or England. Another curiosity or custom that the British people has, I think, is make a queue or make a line to show respect others in some situations. It can be hospitals, schools, museums, supermarket, whatever situation. The British people make a queue to show respect others. In the other word, I think the actions speak louder than words, because in Mexico we don't have the custom to make a queue to show respect others, because the people in Mexico is more like I don't care that situation. But I think we have other customs, special customs like the naps, I think the hours of eat, and also the spicy food that represent Mexico, because it's lovely the spicy food in Mexico. And also I think we have some traditions, like lovely traditions like the Day of Death, the Candelaria in February. I think some traditions that make a strong identity how Mexico is around the world. And in the other hand, in my own experience, I recently traveled and went to London, and I love how London and British people is, because I really like how British people are very polite people, very respectful, very polite, kindly. I love how people interact with other cultures, because we know that British we have some customs and traditions, but they can change about the other cultures, because in London watch about some many Hindus are also Chinese people, and how these people interact with the British customs and traditions, and how the British traditions mix it with the Chinese people or Asia continent. And I love. In the other hand, I every summer I travel to Spain, and I watch how the traditions interact with others. For example, the Pamplonada and the Tomatina. I can relate this image with the Tomatina, because in this image the people launch like colors, and in the Tomatina the people launch tomatoes to represent a god or something, a religious situation. And I really like to travel to know how people interact with other customs and traditions. In my case, I consider that customs are most important, because for example in my case I combine the customs of Spain and customs of Mexico, and I mix it and I combine and I create new ones that can shape my own beliefs.